Welcome to India. And India and you are very close and very intertwined in the souls,
Yes.
aren't you? Could you speak a little about that first?
Well, this is my 20th trip to India in the last 15 years. So I'm here at least once a year, if not more. And I feel like there's just some connection for me here. Well, there has been. And um, I see it as my second home. Yes.
When you say second home, it means a very emotional pullback into a certain place. Could you describe in your mind how this psyche of emotional connection to certain places or belonging comes by?
Well, to be honest, I'm not really sure. I mean, I wasn't expecting to find that sort of connection. It's a place I always wanted to go to. I always wanted to come to India, but I didn't know that I would have this connection. And I just find the whole culture, it's changed my way of thinking on a lot of things. And I think the whole vastness and the people, whether they be the people I meet on the street or the people that I meet in various other places, it just everyone, there's a place, I find there's a place for everybody in how I see India. And I have a family in Udaipur who I'm very close to. um, the the person that I've written about, he and his family, I call his mother Mama, and she loves that. She and and his brother is my brother, and it's one of those things that I'm just very close to them. And when I get here, I don't know, I feel this kind of calmness come over me, and it's lovely.
About the book that you've
Yes,
written,
yes.
Time to Say Goodbye. It's like there was this momentum where you realized that you needed to write your story down. Could you say it in your own words how that came about? How do you transition from thinking a certain thought and then deciding how and when to put it into words? Like, when is that perfect time of becoming a writer to coming into yourself?
When I first started writing, keeping diaries and writing about my travels, I I could see where I could start writing a book, but I couldn't see how I could ever end it, because I it was more like, today I went here, tomorrow I'm going there. There was talk of the family and everything like that, but I hadn't put it together as a whole a whole story. But the sad thing happened when my friend, who was very proud of the fact that I was writing about his family, he passed away suddenly. And it was then that I knew that for his family and for me, I had to put the story together. And when I wrote the prologue in the book, I would be writing, and I would be crying. And it took me many times of starting to write, and it, it was sad for me to write. But when I see now how pleased his family are to have that memory. He had a young son who was probably 4 or 5 at the time, who's now 11. But for him to be able to read about his father, and I had a very nice camera, and I took photos of all the family. So I had a sort of like a record of their life over 10 years. And but before I put it to be published, I gave it to my friend Tarun's daughter to read, because it was her life and her family's life, and I wanted her to be happy, be okay with what I'd written. And I gave it to her the night I left India, because I was nervous about giving it to her. And then she sent me a message, and she said, "I can't stop crying." And I said, "Oh my goodness." And she said, "No, I can't stop crying. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm very happy you've written it. So that was what I needed. That was what I needed to do to be then okay. This is it. We're getting published. So
Book Fair in Kolkata is a movement. It's about her people. So now that you're here in India once again, and we are so happy to have you here, are you thinking of searching for a new story among her people?
that would be wonderful. I hope this isn't the. It's the first time I've been in Kolkata. I hope it's not the last. I'm working on a sequel to this, um, to Time to Say Goodbye, and so I hope to come back again with when that's complete. And yes, I would love to write a story about this beautiful area of. Yes, I would. I'd love to.